How rich are you? Yeah, I paused on purpose because I want you to think. Most people think that rich is measured in finances and stuff. Is it really? How many people out there you see at the top of the game and then suicide or done something wrong with their family or went to jail and blah, blah, blah? Because here's the reality: rich is not just measured in one way. And that's right. That is exactly right. And some of you higher level, um, more educated or aware folks out there totally get what I'm saying. But for some of you that don't, let me explain. There's this wheel of life, and some of you probably know what I'm talking about and where I'm going. Rich could be measured in finances, health, spirituality, right? And relationships and whatever way you want to chop it up. Okay. So I don't want you to measure your wealthiness just on one thing, because that will be a tragedy. I promise you. Because you could be doing so well financially. You could be doing so well with the stuff you're achieving. And the next thing you know, because you were so laser focused on accumulating stuff, neglecting your spouse or your significant other or your kids, well, that's a bank account you should have been paying attention to before it's too late. Okay. I've been married almost 30 years. Okay. I'm not the richest guy there, but I'll tell you what, you know what they say? I've been rich, I've been poor, rich is better. Yeah, absolutely. But I've been both. This one thing, though, that I have learned in both journeys, I'll tell you what, you've got to be having a balanced bank account again with your relationships, with your spirituality. Okay. That's something I've neglected in the past before. And it went to the point where it was almost bankrupt. And guess what happened, right? Thank goodness I didn't lose my faith because, we're always taught and told, don't talk politics, don't talk religion, don't talk sex. That was my BS, my belief system. All right. Well, folks, you know what? The heck with that. Uh, I'm changing my belief system, and those that are into that space about believing and what have you, man, I'm going to even help them level up even more and more and more, including myself, because what I've learned this past year in 2025 was I did pay attention to my spirituality. And yeah, financially, I'd say it was a mediocre year. It was all right. I can't complain, but I did pay attention more to my spirituality, and that bank account was kind of going close to bankrupt, right? Where I'm one to, it's been a saving grace never to lose my faith. And the moment that I reshift my focus again and starting paying more attention to it, lo and behold, it's one of these things where, trust the Lord, trust the process, and the rest will figure itself out. But the moment you feed into fear and uncertainty, well, if you're religious or somewhat believe in those belief systems, BS, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. All right. So I want you to realize that life is, again, not just about stuff, not just about finances and what have you. And especially, I want to talk to the younger folks because when I was making my run, it was all about money. It was all about stuff. It was all about my 911, my Land Rover, my Mercedes S-Class, and I had all that stuff. And I had to go through the ups and downs and lost it all and what have you, but I kept my faith, and it there is a plan. There is a plan out there, and there are no accidents, and that's what I believe in. And I would encourage, so should you. If you're kind of in that space where you're losing faith, losing hope, pay attention to the other bank accounts in your life. Maybe it's your physical fitness. Last year was my commitment to really work on my physical fitness. I share this story with some folks, and I'll share it with you because you probably never heard it. So in 2024 November, it was Thanksgiving. I was at my brother-in-law's house, and they're really cool. They tell me straight up, no matter what, I mean, we're family, so we're gonna just take pokes at each other. Anyway, we were talking about weight, and we were all sitting around, and how much do you weigh? How much do you weigh? And then got to me, I think I weigh about 160 something. Then they were like, they looked at me like, especially one of my brother-in-laws, Ed. He just hang around with him, you'll get a good laugh all the time. At least I do. So Ed was like, get that weighing scale. Royal was like, yeah, go get it. Then so one of the nephews got the weighing scale. Go on there. And here's where it got really like an eye opener. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. um, I went on the weighing scale, and lo and behold, I thought I was around 160. I was like 185, 185. And I'm like, holy crap. So anyway, that was November of 2024. So my word of the year was health and wealth, healthiness, right? And so anyway, some of you know, I joined jujitsu. And thank God for GB. I lost 20 pounds. That was my focus. I competed. I did like three different tournaments and I placed and I lost 20 pounds. That was my focus, right? And so I would encourage you, shift your focus. Okay, shift your focus. It's not just about getting stuff, because if you're so consumed on that, good for you. We're either motivated by pain or pleasure. But to really have longevity, sustainability, take it up a higher level. For me, if you really, really know and see what I'm doing, my highest level is self-actualization. I'm not down here on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm at the very top of the food chain. So for me, it's not just measured in the finances. I mean, I coach some people that have way more than me, double digit net millions of worth, making lots and lots of money. But guess what? As their coach, I see their blind spots, and I know like what to navigate and work on and all this stuff. The reality when you talk one on one, they're unhappy. And I know why. It's either their business or their people or their systems or their personal life or their marriage or their divorce or their kids. And, that's where I come in a bit with life coaching. I've got so much experience. Like I said, I've been rich, I've been poor. I'm probably in age of wisdom, I'm 54. I'm probably playing like I'm 74, quite frankly. If you really look at my track record and look way back, I've always like went ahead of all my peer group all the time, all the time, and on purpose. It was one of these innate things that I just did for myself. Part of it, like even today, I'm an obsessed learner. I am so passionate and obsessed of learning. I just want to learn and learn and learn and learn. So anyway, before I get too long-winded, have an incredible day. Stay blessed. Don't stress. I love you guys. Peace out. Subscribe, follow, whatever. I'm coming real, folks. I'm just like really transparent. A lot of these videos nowadays, I'm not even editing. You guys could see it, right? And who cares? I'm not about to try and polish myself up and look super good because you know, that's a more me thing. No, no, this stuff I'm doing is for you. This stuff that I'm doing is because I want to impact your life. Okay, truly. Like I said, I'm not, yeah, we could monetize and pay bills. That's cool, but it's more about impact. Peace out. God bless. Love you guys. See you later, alligator.